Hello, I'm going to be explaining some of the leadership models and approaches that I was able to see in my leadership timeline. Though I saw many of these approaches and models in my timeline, I'm mainly going to be focusing in two of them. These two resounded a lot to me. The first one is the skills approach. Now, this skill approach is not focused on the traits, like the character of the leader, but more on the skills. So in this approach, the leader, the individual, is able to develop skills or abilities that can be learned or developed throughout time. So I was able to see that under my community outreach era, right? So during that time, I had no idea on how to do community outreach or even how to start a nonprofit. But under the leadership of a social worker, it opened this whole world, new world, right, about on the nonprofit world. And I developed that ability to develop programs and how to fund these programs and donation requests. Now, later, I was able to apply that into the local church and most recently in youth ministry. So for example, now in youth ministry, most recently, I wrote a donation request letter requesting donations for a student that really wants to go to NYC 2026. And her dad's company donated $1,000 towards her, towards the NYC. So you see that's an ability, a skill that I'm been able to implement now in the youth ministry and not just in the community outreach. The second approach is the behavioral approach. This approach has two components. It has a task behavior and relationship behaviors. Now, the task behavior is focused more on leading the group or the team into accomplishing the goals, right? And so at the time I served under Oxnard Church of the Nazarene, there was a goal, and that is to connect the church, the local church, to the community, right? So I led that team to that, and it was possible. Now in the youth ministry, the goal is to raise new leaders, equip them, and the way I'm doing that in the local church is by giving them opportunities to lead, right? So when I first started here at CAMNAS, this youth ministry, there was no youth. Now we're up to 12, and our congregation is mainly elderly, and so I think of the future. So my goal is to train these 12 youth teens because they are the church of tomorrow, and so the church of today and tomorrow. So the goal is to equip them, give them the resources, but that also comes along with the second component of the approach behavior, and that is the relationship behavior, right? So I have relationships with these teens. I don't come off as just I'm your leader, but I'm walking alongside of you and allowing them to feel comfortable in the context that they're serving right now, making them feel comfortable and helping them get to their goals. So as the book says here, relationship behaviors help followers feel comfortable with themselves, with each other, and with the situation in which they find themselves, right? So these are the two approaches that I'm able to see throughout my leadership timeline. Thank you.